I'm on the play again, and this hand is obviously fine. A little vulnerable to gut shot, but nothing I can really do about that. And he's probably just going to gut shot my Gust Skimmer anyway, so my Impaler Strike should be fine. I did hate draft that Fume Spitter. That might be important here. Mirror Battlesphere. Well, get a backup plan this game at least. I'm only 4 lands away from casting it. Oh yeah, I forgot his deck is like half Infect. Well, right now this is an even race. Yeah, I don't think I want the trade, so I'm not going to give him an option. I'm not that worried about Blight Mamba, because his deck, at least from what I've seen, isn't really all that Infect. I think that's mainly there as a ground blocker that can occasionally, sneak in some damage. Replica. That's actually a pretty good draw, because now I can send my guy to the air and still play another evasive guy. And with this Artillerize in hand, I have a faster clock than he knows about, because I think I still have not played an Artillerize this draft. And if things go wrong, I can always draw 3 more lands and play a Mirror Battlesphere. I mean, I did briefly consider offering a trade with the Replica there, but like I said, I have the evasive guys this game and Artillerize, so I think I'm better off just getting in the damage. I think I'm okay with him drawing 2 cards for 2 life. Interesting. Going beatdown with the Replica. I'm just gonna take it. He did show me Instill Infection last game. So he's probably going to end up instilling my Gust Skimmer. Which is also fine, because then my Impaler Strike will live. I mean, you may as well do it now if you have it. Why would you let me untap? And you've already attacked with your ground creature, so I'm not forced to spend a blue mana to give it flying next turn. This is a mistake I see people make all the time. They get too fancy with the removal and save it for their opponent's turn, and give their opponent a chance to, play a counterspell, or play an Apostle's Blessing, or maybe a Mutagenic Growth, which pushes through extra damage. Ugh. Well, he still had another ground blocker as it is, and I'm not willing to give up my Gust Skimmer for Leaden Mirror, and I want to get this Impaler Strike on the board. So, the way he played it is actually going to pay off for him if he does have an Instill Infection, because he's going to get my Impaler Strike. As it is, I have a Turn to Slag ready for anything he plays next turn. I have an Artillerize ready for anything else he plays in the meantime. Not the worst. Having cards that do 5 damage to things is useful. There's my pro tip for the day, guys. That is fine by me. This is now a 1-turn clock if he doesn't deal with at least one of my evasive guys. Like, if he just taps out for Geth or Fangor Marauder here, he's... Oh, no. Yeah, no, he's dead, because I can Artillerize a non-artifact. Yeah, that Blight Mama is really not doing anything at all this game. I expect an Instill Infection here, though. If he had a Gut Shot, he almost certainly would have used it by now. and last turn he just passed on instilling an infection. So this turn is probably going to be an instill. Potentially, oh no, he doesn't have red mana. I was going to say potentially a Whip Flare. He does have the red mana. If he has a Whip Flare and an Instill, that would be a good turn for him. That would be a real good turn for him. And this game would look a lot less impressive all of a sudden, until I get to Battlesphere. Not the worst plan B in the world. Not the worst. And that's a Whip Flare. Or not. I should probably stop trying to predict things. Razor Swine, that is 100% irrelevant. Well, Wall Tango Core can block. So he's not dead this turn. Yeah, I guess I just give my guy flying and bash. I shouldn't be in danger of getting infected out. I would be very surprised. And either way, I have Artillerize if worse comes to worse. I am shocked. Shocked that that just happened. Wish I had a Gremlin Mine right about now. Take care of that wall. Alright, well, let's see what he's got. I once again have him potentially dead next turn, depending on what he has. Oh hey, he played a red card. Oh yeah, he played Whip Flare last game too, so that's exciting. Information is always exciting to me. Ow. This game's actually getting tight. He has 5 cards. I was about to say something about games never seeming as easy as they are through the first few turns, but my first 3 games of draft were pretty easy, so I guess it's only fair that I actually have to somewhat work for one. Tormentor Exarch. Meh. Man. I am suddenly in infect danger. Now I gotta think. I think I'm gonna have to turn to Slag the Razor Swine on my turn just to be safe. Which is pretty much the worst. Well, of course, if I draw another land, I'm just going to be your Battlesphere. Because there's no point in sending the Gust Skimmer to the... Ooh. Ugh, if I had Artillerize in response, he would just be dead here, but it's not like I expected that. So the choice is play it safe and kill a Razor Swine to make sure I don't get infected. Because Cost Courier is lethal next turn with the Artillerize regardless. it feels so miserable, but I think that's what I have to do. I mean, the other option is just hold up Artillerize, but I'm planning on the Artillerize killing him next turn. So that doesn't really do anything. Playing Piston Sledge doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think I just have to turn to Slag and be safe here. Pretty much the worst. Watch a Tormentor Exarch get Tainted Struck or something this turn. I think I'm all in on Cost Courier at this point. I think I am blocking Plate Mamba with Gust Skimmer. I mean, I haven't seen any pump spells from him, but I guess Caress of Phyrexia might be realistic for him to have. That's fine. You can spend 2 mana to regenerate your Blight Mamba. I do not care at all right now. With the way I'm playing, I think he's probably assuming Artillerize at this point. So if he has something to do with the Cost Courier, he would have used it already, but if he still has something, he's definitely using it now. And if not, he's dead. Corpse Cur, not relevant. You are dead unless 1 green mana does something somehow. As long as I don't misclick on the Artillerize, which I have definitely done before. Artillerize. Target you. Pay 4 mana. Sacrifice a creature. And that's match.